Hello, we're live. This is Jason Robinson from Illustration by Design, and I am going to be finishing this drawing of Battle Angel Alita that I started during last night's Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition competition. Uh, I came in second to last, which I'm very happy with because I didn't come in last place. But this is the drawing, and as you can tell, it's half finished. Well, maybe a little more than half. But I have to finish inking it, and then I'll probably put it up for sale to anyone who wants it. Anyway, if not, I'll keep it. So anyway, I'm gonna get started in a few seconds. I just need to get some water. Ah, that's good water. Hope everyone's having a good weekend, because it just started, and let's see. Oy, my eyes. Just need to get my tablet up and running in case anyone happens to stop by on the off chance. If you can see, here's one of the dangers of inking. Your hand sometimes smears ink that you just laid down, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But I think that's a minor fix. It's not major. Let me erase some of these pencil lines so I can see exactly how much damage I did. Let's see. Tilt the camera so you can see better. And if anyone has any questions or anything, please feel free to ask me. If anyone shows up. And of course, if you're watching this video, please like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it. Gotta clean my glasses. Ooh, hey, I can see now. Much better. Ooh, let's see, my pencil? Ah, here it is. Okie dokie. Let's see. Oh, Eric Boyd, how you doing? Oh, thanks. I'm glad you like the pose. I just wish I had been able to finish it in time last night. But that's alright. I do drawn and quartered mainly to mainly as a exercise to sort of try to make myself go faster, but it never seems to work out. But it gives me a chance to draw things I probably otherwise wouldn't draw. Popar, hey, how you doing? Good seeing you. Ha Pope Fire's here, so things are better. Yes, things are always better with Pope Fire. So. Let's see. Right now, I'm just looking at reference for Alita's sort of butterfly knife sword. So. As you can see, Alita gets kind of psycho in the actual manga. She's kind of kill crazy. So. Let's see, come on, let's see. This, I'm gonna assume this is right. Ah, that's what I forgot. I was forgetting something. Let's see. Oh, Airboy says, main thing is you get some recognition. You are doing more than most people would try. You will improve your speed. I wasn't able to watch all of Drawing Quarters last night, but like what I saw. Yeah, you know, it's a good way to sort of get my artwork out there and let people know that I do draw. So, yeah, so yeah, it's fine. It's cool. One of these days I'll actually finish and maybe I'll win. That'd be cool too. Let's see. 2, 3. Okay. That's it. Okay. Oh. that, let's see. Yes. Okie doke. Extend that to there. Alright, that's better. Okay. Alright. Sorry, I'm just, like I said, I'm just looking at this reference to figure out exactly how this knife of hers is supposed to work. Or is built, rather. How it's put together. That's that, and there. Okay. Okay. thanks to everyone still sticking around. I know I don't talk much, but you know, hard for me to talk and draw at the same time. Uh, Eric Boyd asked, what's the pen you're using right now? I don't recognize it. The pen I was using a few seconds ago, this is a pencil right now, is a Unipin fine liner. I think it's made by Uniball. There, I think it shows up now. You can buy them on Amazon.com. If you look in some of my other live streams, I put the links to where you can buy all this stuff, all these different pens in there. So you know, just click on one of those links, or just look up Unipin. It's pin, P-I-N, like a sewing pin, and not a pen. It's Unipin. I don't know why it's called pin, as in sewing pin, and not pen, as in writing pen. But yeah, it's called a Unipin fine line marker. It comes in packs of like 6 of different sizes, from 0.5 to all the way up to from 0.05 to 0.8. So yeah, and you know, I found out about these the same way I found out about most of the stuff, just trial and error and asking other artists. I think I saw an artist using these at a convention several years ago, and I was like, what pens are they? And he told me. So when I got home, I ordered them and loved them. They work really well. They're waterproof and fade proof, as it says right there. Waterproof and fade proof. And the inks it lays down are pretty black. So, and I just bought a few packs of them so that when I run out of ink, you know, I can just I won't have to wait to get. So very useful. Hey, no problem, Eric. No problem. It's important we sort of help each other figure out how to use all these tools, because there's so many different pens and stuff to use, and some of them work, some of them don't. So it's always helpful to find out which ones actually do, so you save yourself a lot of waste of time, a lot of wasted time. Let's see. I need my pencil again. Sorry about that. Oh, Eric, yeah. Thanks for sharing this. I appreciate it. And if anyone else is still there, yeah, please share the video and let other people know about it. So, but thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, Eric. You have a good night. Hey Lorenzo, how you doing? Good seeing you. I'm doing pretty well, Lorenzo. Just trying to finish this drawing of Alita I started last night for Drawn and Quartered. So, but overall, doing good. You ready for the weekend? Oh, thanks. I'm glad you like it. Yeah. I came in second to last, so imagine how impressive the winner was. But yeah, unfortunately, I rarely finish inking everything, so I rarely win. So that's okay though. Oh, good. I'm glad you're gonna be hanging out with your buddy tomorrow. Worst part about ink is waiting for stuff to dry. Dry. No. I didn't get the silver medal spot. I got second to last. So I got like the if it's a medal competition, I probably got like the rusty tin medal. I didn't come in last place. I came in second to last. So I'm doing a little better. Well, I wouldn't say the shows are rigged. Just it's subjective. Some people will vote for the you know hottest drawn character, or the art that looks the most finished. Um, you know, some will vote for Booster because they think it's funny. It does, it's subjective. So um, yeah, I don't really take much you know offense, or I don't worry about if I don't win, or if someone who, even if I don't think their art is the greatest, wins. It's just it's for fun. So as long as as long as I'm having fun, I don't really care. So it is it's a good opportunity for me to draw stuff I'm not used to, have to do it under a time limit, and compete against other artists. So that's all I really look for in Drawn and Quartered. And that's what it gives me every week. So I'm happy with it. Oh, oh yeah. Yeah, some people vote several times. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. Okay, I understand what you say by rigged. Yeah, there's a lot of sort of behind the scenes machinations to to get a lot of people voting for one person, or you know, one person with 20 devices voting over and over again. But you know, what can you do? That's fine. Some people vote twice for booster, but he has no control over that. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, it's you know, it's a popularity contest in a lot of ways. So, but that's art. That's art competitions. They just have to work on being more popular, I guess. I always say don't vote based on the way my artwork looks now, unfinished. Vote based on how it's going to look when it is finished. So I say that half jokingly, because I know it's going to look better than it does when by the time the time limit runs out. But I know it's a time competition, so that's you know, doing the best work you can within a time limit is the most important thing. So I just need to get better at that. Oh yeah, Booster's on a lot of live streams. Yeah, he's a very funny guy. So it's very entertaining. That's why he's the co-host of Drawn and Quartered. It's like Cecil. So if Cecil was in these competitions, he'd win every week. It doesn't matter if he can draw or not, because he's very entertaining. So that's cool. I always have problems with the hair because never sure how the highlights should go. I always have problems drawing the highlights in hair. Something I need to work on. I know I know there's a method to doing it. I just have never been able to puzzle out exactly what that is. Other than the highlights are the parts of the hair that are pushing forward. So I kind of have an idea of how to lay them, but I don't know. Yeah, Cecil is love. He is drunken love. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Booster adds comedy to the Pro Edition when he was on it, so he was cool. But I just felt bad for everyone competing against Cannon White this week because he's so good. He's so uh, he's so good that it's like an uphill battle. It's like I mean I don't know how you compete against that sort of skill and speed. Ugh, it's amazing. And part of it is he's working on a computer, but you know, and a computer can make some things go easier. But John Mayall's on a computer too, and he doesn't do nearly the work that Kanan does, or puts the amount of work that Kanan does into his drawing in the same amount of time. So it's just, I don't know, skill. Kanan White is just an extremely talented artist. Yeah, Kanan's work is always more intricate than Ethan's. I mean, Ethan puts a lot of detail and hatching in it, but Kanan's is. I mean, you can understand why Ethan sort of snatched him up to draw one of his books, because Kanan's work has a what's what I'm looking for. It has a life to it that Ethan's doesn't, and it's a he has details that and an energy to his artwork. Like I said, I mean, Ethan's is detailed, but it's mostly hatch lines. I don't. I mean, it's cool, but and Ethan's a great artist, but Kanan is I think on a whole nother level than even Ethan. I am shocked that he hasn't been snatched up by Marvel and DC, but I'm kind of grateful too, because Marvel and DC are kind of I'd rather Kanan be free to do great work for other companies that would appreciate him more. Okay, I'm just gonna play it by ear. Hope it works out. Yeah, Ethan once did a Batman comic book so intricate it took him a year to finish. Yeah, it was. I believe it was the something of the gun, rule of the gun, or year of the gun, or something. It was a gun control sort of story with a Catwoman in it, and was it written by Gail Simone? I can't remember, but yeah, he said he put a ton of detail into that book, and if you look at it, you can tell it's just a crazy amount of detail. Um, yeah, he's at least less intricate nowadays, but even still, I mean, he's still you know 500 times more detailed than the average comic book artist working at Marvel and DC. I mean, he's just he's a great artist. So and he's doing so many different things that he can't afford to be that detailed with a comic book. He'd never get it out. He got his YouTube channel, you know, and has to deal with a whole bunch of things now, with the comic skate stuff that I'm surprised he even has time to draw and write. You know, he and Mike Miller have so much energy. I'm shocked they're able to get everything done that they do. Hmm. Thank you. It's a Batman and Catwoman trail of the gun. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some pages from it, and it's just it's crazy work. Yeah, I think it dealt with like a gun that could shoot bullets that would like follow the person around or something. So yeah, Mike streams throughout the day. It's mind. You find it mind-boggling. So do I. I don't. Seriously, it's like it takes me. It takes me so long to get ready to do a live stream because it's I have to get my tablet set up. I have to get my computer set up. I have to get my phone set up that's recording this. Um, and I have it's hard for me to sort of sit still for as long as it takes to do a live stream. Which is a couple hours. Um, and oops, hold on. Yeah, things like this you have to deal with, like hooking up my tablet to a power cord because it's running out of power. I mean, there's so many things you have to sort of keep in mind when you're doing these live streams that you know Mike well, he has like 20 kids, so maybe they help him out, but it's yeah, it takes a lot more than I thought it would when I started doing them. So I think with a lot of it is probably just practice. The more you do, the more you get used to it, and I'm not used to it. So of course I'll probably be saying that about 20 years if I'm still doing these live streams. So all right. All right. Uh, trying to separate the hair here from her dark outfit in the background. So I have to. All right. Let's see. Hmm. It is frustrating. I know there's a way to mimic doing these individual strands of hair in the highlight of hair, and I wish I need to look on YouTube to figure out how to do that. I've seen some tutorials by like the artist for One Punch Man and stuff. And he of course makes it look perfect. And I just haven't taken the time to do that. Pencil marks all over my hand. Oh, sorry. Bump the camera. thank you for everyone who's still sticking around. I appreciate it. I know it's a little tedious watching me just sort of hack away at this, but hopefully it'll be worth it when it's done. Let's see. Oh, sheesh. Ah, my eyes. Dang, we're doing this for over an hour. Doesn't seem like I've gotten much done, but I'll continue plugging at it. Oh, sheesh. People have been talking, and I've lost. My thing froze up. I apologize. All this time, for the last 20 minutes, it's been frozen. Let me look at some of these comments. Oh, good, Lorenzo. I'm glad you're gonna do your own stream soon. Yeah, Lorenzo. Yeah, it's cool that Mike's kids are there because yeah, it gets a little lonely. My wife's here right now, but she's in the other room, and I can't really talk to her and draw at the same time either. So I have to kind of focus. Yeah, doing live streams. I guess I don't know. It's for me. It's kind of hard because it feels like I need like 4 extra arms to get everything done. Let's see. Yeah, I'll post the finished drawing on Twitter when I'm done. Yes, yeah, it's kind of weird. Ethan throws his work away. If it's not for a book, I never throw my art away. I keep all of it. If someone wants to buy it, that's cool. I'm happy to sell it to them. But I don't think I've ever thrown any artwork away unless it's like just, even if it's bad. I mean, even like roughs, like the rough for this is here. This is a rough I sketched out before doing it. I keep this. I just put it in a folder with the finished artwork. I never throw anything away. But maybe that makes me a hoarder. I don't know. Maybe it's not healthy. Let's see. Il Diamond. Oh, Dragon Ball Heroes. I haven't heard of that. Yeah, I know Dragon Ball Super, but I don't know what Dragon Ball Heroes is. Yell Diamond asks, can I make Zamazu from Super Dragon Ball Heroes next? I'm not familiar with that character, so I'd have to read up on him or watch the episodes to figure out who he is. Let's see. Yellow Diamond says that Dragon Ball Heroes has Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan J and Super Saiyan B. I'm not sure what those are. Is that the one Super Saiyan forms where Goku has the pink and the blue hair? I'm guessing it is. So I'm not sure what the J and B stand for though. Hey, Humphrey Bear's here. How you doing, Humphrey Bear? Hopefully that's everything. Hopefully I got caught up on everything. I'm not missing anything. Let's make sure. A bit of bump. Oh, Lorenzo, yeah, I'm glad you like this music. It's called electro swing. It's swing music, but it's sort of mixed with dubstep. So it's pretty cool. I like swing music and I like dubstep, so found it on YouTube. It's pretty neat. Oh, Humphrey Bear, thanks for. I'm glad you like my inking. It's just going a little slow because I'm not used to inking. I'm primarily a penciler, so inking is I tend to be a lot more careful with my inking. and nervous, so it goes a lot slower than my penciling does. And a big part of that is because I'm not as confident with the tools used for inking. I'm worried about making a mistake. Whereas if I make a mistake with pencil, I can just erase it. It's easy. Electro Sleep Stack says there's a ton of electro swing. Do you recommend any band or DJ in particular? Well, the one that I'm listening to is called Techno Axe, and he produces copyright-free um, electro swing music for YouTube. So that's what I tend to listen to because otherwise, my um, my videos get sort of marked for copyright infringement. Even though I always put the music, the artist in the description. Um, and I like to monetize these videos. Once I get over 1,000 subscribers. So I'm trying not to use copyright-written material. So I use Techno Axe. It's spelled Tekno Axe, AXE. So just type him up in YouTube, and he has a whole bunch of different types of music. He has electro swing, he has heavy metal, he has dubstep. He has just a whole slew of different music. And then a couple of days ago, I found that there's a electro swing 24/7 radio station on YouTube. You just click on it, and it'll just play music 24/7. But a lot of it's copywritten, so I can't really have that on. So let's see. Yeah, YouTube doesn't exactly seem to understand fair use. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they probably just do it because protect themselves. Because especially when you have YouTube channels with million plus people, subscribers to them. There's a lot of money involved with YouTube, and I guess it's understandable that artists wouldn't want their music just taken and used as background music or as theme songs for successful YouTube channels without getting some compensation for it. So, I'm an artist. I wouldn't want someone taking my art and just putting it on their YouTube channel as their logo. So, I can kind of understand what's going on. Did anyone see the new Star Wars parody video on YouTube? I didn't. What was it about? Last Star Wars thing I saw was the unless you're talking about the Disney's sort of new version of A New Hope, where Princess Leia is in charge and making you know Luke, Han, and Chewbacca look like idiots. That little cartoon that Disney put out, that everyone was making fun of. That's the last Star Wars thing I've really seen. So I'm not sure what parody you're talking about. Could you elaborate? It's a fan video. Humphrey Bear says about the state of Star Wars today. No, I haven't seen it, so I'll have to check it out. But I'm sure, some of the other YouTubers who focus on Star Wars, like Ethan Van Sciver and Geeks and Gamers, will talk about it. And I'm sure I'll see it on one of their channels. It'll pop up. Okay. Not smearing any ink. That's good. Let's see. Oh, okay. It was made by Geeks and Gamers, Ivan Ortega, and Anna. That's more than 1,000 views already. I mean, is that? I mean, I assume that most of her videos have. Is it brand new? Did it just come out like today? I guess I'll have to check it out when I'm finished. But I'm glad that people like Geeks and Gamers and the Quartering and Richard Meyer and other people are speaking out about this all the stuff going on with all these hobbies, because before we didn't really have any voice anyway to comment. The fans didn't, about things that corporations were doing that were sort of screwing with people's hobbies, the things that they loved. And with YouTube and social media now we do. But it's a double-edged sword. At the same time, there are plenty of trolls who don't like criticism of management in these big companies. So they attack the people criticizing. So pros and cons. But fortunately, it appears that the people criticizing, the people ruining hobbies, tend to be much more charismatic, much more entertaining. So I think that's why they tend to have YouTube channels, and all the trolls that are trying to destroy them don't. They stick to Twitter, where they can just put stupid little comments and then run away and hide back in their little troll holes. Let's see. Right back. Let's see. From some different music. Glug glug. Need some water. Whew. Let's see. Lorenzo Sleestack says, is this an offshoot of dubstep? Yeah, it's some form of dubstep. This is another series of songs by Techno Acts. Yeah, this is all dubstep. So, if you don't like dubstep, I apologize. trying to find the right angle to ink this at. Some, okay. Mm. Some angles just feel really awkward inking at them, so. I have to turn it until I find the right angle. Wildcard Productions asks, what size is that fine liner? This one is 0.05. Oh, can you see it? There you go. I think 0.05 right there. So it's the finest one I have, and I do it for for detail work, obviously, but also for curves, because I find I have more control drawing curves. If I don't have, like right now, I can't find my French curve. I don't know why. I usually have it with me or around, so I need to find it because it is. It's important. So if you have curves, use them. Right now, I can't really find my French curve, so I've been trying to do a freehand, which works most of the time. Sometimes you can, use a template to do, like this, to make part of the curve. You don't have a French curve, but French curves are best because they have different lengths of curves, and And again, I can't find it for some reason. I'm not sure if it fell on the ground or I don't think it did, but it's somewhere around here. So until I find it, I gotta freehand it. And to freehand it, I need a fine pen to do it. Wrong pen. that was almost a mistake. Where's the right pen? Oh, here it is. Almost used a brush pen for drawing a line when I should have been using a fine liner, and probably would have made a mess. So when you pick up a pen, check and double check you got the right one, or you may end up regretting it. Let's see. Hey, thanks everyone who's watching. There's 4 people here. Wow. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Wow, 6 people watching. What the heck? It's crazy. Or 5 people? 4 people? Oh, it's going down. Okay. I jinxed it. Oh, Wildcard Production says, bummer, man, that must suck. I guess losing my French curves. Yeah, it's a little bit of a pain, but it's not too bad. Did I smear these inks? Smearing inks is what sucks. That's a bummer. Yeah, I smeared the. Did I? A little. Smear the inks a little. That stinks. Don't smear inks. It's bad. Or I have to clean up the foot. So. Do I have to clean up anything else? Oh my gosh, my hands are. Frustrating. This is why I don't paint. I'm very messy. I tend to make mistakes, messy mistakes, and working with inks frustrates me sometimes because I'll smear stuff and I'll be like, ah. Let's see. Wildcard Productions says, when you erase over your inks, do they tend to fade? I feel like I'm probably stuck with cheap ink. Sometimes they do. Yeah. When you erase, you're erasing not just the pencil, you're erasing part of the paper that the pencil is drawn on. So you're erasing, the pencil, a little bit of paper, and also a little bit of eraser comes off too when you erase. So when you erase over inks, some of the inks will get erased as well. Cheaper inks that aren't as dark, you'll be able to notice it more. Usually I don't notice it that much, and it can usually be, just fixed by adjusting the levels in Photoshop when I scan it in. So it's never that big of a problem. So you want to use the best inks you can. And it's just trial and error. The inks like in this Pentel brush pen are very good. I mean, they lay down pretty black. So when you erase it, it tends not to come up. The inks in this brush pen, which is a thin line brush pen, tend to be gray. So when you erase over it, you notice, it doesn't help. So it doesn't erase the entire line that you lay down, but it's because it's a more, looks to be a more watered down ink. It doesn't seem as permanent as some of the other darker inks. So you just have to experiment and find out which ink is darkest and which one holds up best to erasing. So it's just trial and error. I'm starting to understand why I never finished these drawn and quartered things. It takes me a long time to ink. It's been almost 2 hours now, and still not done. I'm too careful. Let's see. Wildcard Productions asks, without spoilers, 1 to 10, how was this movie? You talking about Battle Angel Alita or Alita Battle Angel, as the movie calls it? I would give it. It's pretty dang good. I mean, I would give it a 9, 9.5, and I rarely give 10s to movies. I'm trying to think of movies that I would call a 10. The Winter Soldier was a 10 for me. The first Iron Man, I would say, was a 9.5. Alita Battle Angel was good. It's very good. So it wasn't as good as Winter Soldier. It was about as good as the first Iron Man movie, at least for me. You know, the one thing I did not like were how they made her eyes, because it gave her that whole CGI fake look, uncanny valley, whatever you want to call it, and it it hurt the movie for me. If they just made her eyes look normal, like they're supposed to, they're not supposed to be huge monstrous eyes in the original manga or the anime. I mean, she has big eyes because that's the style of Japanese animation and cartooning. But compared to the other characters, they all had big eyes. So, and for whatever stupid reason, they chose to give her these big doll cartoon eyes in the movie, and for me, it it, it, it didn't ruin it for me, because I liked the movie, but it kept me from falling completely into the movie. Like, it kept me from losing myself in the movie, because I was constantly reminded every time I saw her face that I was just looking at CGI. I wasn't looking at a real character. Like with what was the movie, Ex Ex Machina, that came out maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, that starred the girl who plays the new Lara Croft. I can't remember her name. But that's what Alita should look like in terms of her face and her body. I mean, she should have a human face. You know, her face should look human, and her body is then mechanical. She shouldn't have an obviously, plastic face, fake face, and a fake body. Her face should look real. Her body should look artificial. That's, they sort of screwed that up with the movie. So, if that makes sense. Now, it might be nitpicking on my part, but I don't know. To me, like I said, it kept me it kept the movie from being completely believable, you know, for me. So I guess in that sense, it hurt the movie. But overall, the movie was very good. Like I said, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. And I'm actually going to see it again uh, on Sunday. And I rarely see movies twice. Um, if I see a movie twice, it has to be really good. I mean, I saw, like I said, Iron Man twice. I saw Winter Soldier twice. I'm trying to think what other movies I saw twice. I think I saw The Dark Knight twice, but they're few and far between. But Alita's on the list because it was good. I definitely recommend seeing it. If not twice, at least see it once in the theaters. And by contrast, I will not see Captain Marvel at all, because everything I've seen about it looks terrible. It looks really crummy. So I'm gonna save my money for that movie, put it towards Alita, and I'll just skip over and watch the second Infinity Wars movie in in May. So yeah, I understand. It's just that I can't. I'm really kind of whenever I see CGI characters with big eyes, whether it's with Avatar or with Alita, all it does to me is tell me what I'm watching is a big cartoon. I'm just watching. It might as well be a cutscene from a video game. That's the biggest giveaway for me whenever I see CGI, big eyes, because it just says cartoon to me. So as soon as I see it, I'm taken out of the movie. It destroys the illusion for me. So that's why I didn't like it. I want to be able to believe that the situations and characters that I'm watching are real, and big CGI eyes are the fastest way to kill that illusion for me, and it kind of did. So as opposed to that the other character in the movie, Zapan, the evil bounty hunter who was sort of harassing her, screwing her over, throughout the movie. They used his real face. They didn't. I mean, they obviously they did CGI to it, to him, but his proportions, the proportions of his face, his eyes, his nose, and his mouth, things that people identify with the most, look real because they kept the normal human proportions to his facial features. So I was able to buy that this guy he didn't look cartoony to me, whereas Alita did. So, but it's all personal choice. You know, I still like the movie. Not gonna work. I hope that works. Let's see. Don't mess up. Mess up. Did I mess up? Didn't mess up too bad. Humphrey Bear, do you think CGI will improve in 10 to 20 years and look super realistic? Well, Hollywood actors better hope not, but I think it will. I mean, if you compare CGI from 20 years ago, actually, nah, well, yeah, if you do, it's much better now than it was before. Um, it'll get cheaper and more realistic. So it'll only improve with time. So yeah, sure, it'll get better. I just don't think it's at a point now where you can have a CGI face in a movie. Well, you can. They do it all the time. You can do it. I think it's just again the proportions of the character. Um, I don't think they can sort of super contort characters' facial features um, without it sort of looking CGI-y. But they, man, I think it just depends. It depends. I don't know. Ever you try using white India ink? I'm experimenting. I've never used white India ink. I use like Pro White for to fix mistakes. So I'll be using it on like on the foot here to take out all the ink smears and stuff. But I've never used actual white India ink. I should probably try it. Because I guess the main downside of Pro White is that it hardens after time, and then you have to get it make with. So I don't know if white India ink is probably better. And I'm not sure how opaque it is. If it's as opaque as black India ink, then yeah. I would think about using it. So yeah, definitely experiment with it. And if it works, then let people know. Hmm. Let me see here. Let me get a big pen. Nah. Sorry. You guys still there? Let's see. Got a number 8 here to fill in this line. So let's see. Wildcard Production says, as far as I can tell, with the right pen and the right amount, and allowing the black ink to dry properly, it works better than Pearl White. Goes down smooth and seamless. Yeah, it probably does. Like I said, I mean, if it works like Black India ink does, which is, like as you said, smooth and seamless, then White India ink would be just as good. I may have to get some and try it out. I've tried the white, what are they called? The white gel pens. I don't really like them. They're not opaque, um, and they tend to even when I use them several times in the same place, it doesn't the the mistake still shows through. The black ink I'm trying to cover up still shows through, so it tends to look watery. Um, so I wasn't impressed by it, but I would definitely try White India ink. So I shall have to test it out myself. Do you use it with a nib, with pen and nib? And if so, then is it hard to clean out, or is it sort of? I'm guessing it has the same consistency as regular Black India ink. It's just the color that's different. So yeah, yeah. Wildcard Production says gel pens suck. Never work. They're dodgy, transparent, and don't lay lines on the paper correctly. Yeah, I've kind of found the same thing. Um, I'll use them in a pinch, but like I said, I mean, 9 times out of 10, the Pro White works much better. And this Pro White here, this has to be honestly, it has to be about 20 years old, and it still works great. um, Whereas this gel pen is less than a year old. I'm just like, whatever. So old school is the best school. I'll try out the Black India ink and see how that works. Wildcard Production says I'm looking for a new quill pen to use my alternative inks. I'd rather have pens though, but I don't know where to find them or if they can be found. Yeah, I mean I don't use crow quills just because I've used them in the past. It's just that they've tended to dig into the paper, and again I haven't had the patience to master them, so I don't do that. When I draw and I would get frustrated and they clog up and stuff. So I just ended up resorting to fine liners, but I've started using brush pens, which are I found to be very good, and other sort of solid brush pens, which are able to lay down a line, um, sort of like a crow quill pen, but you know, quill pens are probably still the best. Okay, let's see. What I'm gonna do next is start. Well, yeah, I'm gonna lay down a thicker line around her blade to make it give it some weight. Right now, lines are pretty even with lines on her hands. As you can tell, there's a slightly thicker line around the outline of her body as opposed to the inside. That just gives her more sort of solidity. So I'm gonna give the same sort of heaviness to the blade, so it looks like it's a big heavy metal object. A Wild Card Production says, try Red India ink. It's insanely vibrant and intense. I might have to try that. I don't usually color my work by hand though, because it's again the more permanent the what's the word I'm looking for? The more permanent the step. Like inks are more permanent than pencil. Colors are more permanent than inking. The more frustrated I get because I tend to make mistakes. And when I can't fix mistakes, I get frustrated. So I'm like really careful about doing stuff that that would tend to be permanent, like coloring by hand. I'm probably going to, that's why I color on the computer, because it's easy to fix mistakes, much easier, and it's a lot less frustrating for me. I need to clean off my desk. I need to vacuum it. It's covered with eraser shavings. Let's see. is this? Okay. I want to thank everyone who's been sticking with me for the last few hours, couple hours, while I finish this. It's much appreciated. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, well, Lorenzo, I'm glad you're having fun. That's the hardest thing with live streaming for me. Trying to be entertaining. I kind of hope my art is entertaining enough because I'm not. I don't talk that much, so. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. Let's see. Now the fun part. Erasing all the pencil lines to see what I need to do. What I need to fix, rather. I have to make sure I erase all of them, because if I don't, they're going to show up when I scan it in. Interesting, interesting. Interesting. Let's see here. Alright, I see a few things. Alright. Mostly do with thick and thin lines. Usually you want to have thick lines around areas that are heavier. So, I want to thicken the line here around her butt so it doesn't look thin. And give it some weight. What else? I think the rest is just cleaning things up. Like the mistakes around the foot here and some of the little needly things. So, and but what else? Yeah, that's primarily it, I think. Also some detail work. I also want to add some details. Oh, I know what else I have to. I know what else I have to do. Blah blah. Forgot that she is holding a Damascus blade, so she should have a Damascus pattern on it. So I'll draw that too. Hmm. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna, as you can see, I started the Damascus pattern on the blade here. I'll finish that off later on, and then I'll post it online. But let me sign it, and then I'll finish it and post it. And if anyone wants it, it's for sale if you want it. But you know, just let me know if you're interested. It'll be $55. There you go, signature. And I'll finish this off, then post it for people to look at. So let's see. If only drawn and quartered were 5 hours long, I could have won. It took me pretty much an extra 3 hours to finish this thing off. Anyway, thanks for your patience. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If any of you guys would like me to do a commission for you, just DM me via Twitter or Facebook. My Facebook page is facebook.com/illustration by design. Just follow me there or subscribe to me here, and I'll put all my contact info in the description once this is up and loaded. So, but thanks again for your time, your patience, and for hanging out with me for a few hours. I appreciate it. Thanks for the company. Okay, you guys take care. Have a great weekend, and I will talk to you later. Hey, I'll probably see you tonight if you guys check out the auctions. I think they're having them tonight, but I'm not sure with Mike Miller. So yeah, I might see some of you tonight. Okay, you guys take care. Take care. Bye.